Why is it that adults play hide and seek?
Because it's fun?
I don't think so.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
Welcome to another episode of Life's Inside Track. Who are you?
Where I'm Ken Decker.
And I'm Yetta Decker. And we're excited because we get to share techniques. We get to share thoughts, tips, tools, and insight on real estate that we all need. We all deserve. You, I, everyone. So we get to turn our house into home, our families thrive, and we live the best life possible. In this segment, we're going to consider why hiding out around wealth dysfunction is this thing adults do. It's called hide and seek.
Oh, let's see. Let's talk about wealth dysfunction. That's kind of you hear about dysfunctional emotions, dysfunctional relationships, dysfunctional families, but dysfunctional wealth.
Right. Well, what I think we're really saying there is when things aren't the way we'd really like them to be. Maybe there's more month than money. Mm-hmm. Maybe things just aren't going well in the financial realm.
Right.
And so I think most of us, and I certainly know when it was our turn, when we had our turn, we had more than one turn, when we had our decade of turns of not having our financial house in order. That's really what wealth dysfunction is, right?
Okay. Yeah.
When we had that, who did we tell?
The bank?
We didn't really tell them, but to be able to get more money, they were in on the secret, but they weren't upset because we were making our payments.
Well, you really don't go, I think it's rare that, and for us, we didn't go and ask for help from others.
Ooh.
We started to do a little bit of research, but really nothing for the first 10 years. And I think that it's, that dysfunction is perpetuated by hiding out.
Well, it is. And we hide out. I mean, we did, right? So maybe you
and
like
nobody
us.
came and sought us.
No,
there was no seek part. It was just the
seek.
hide.
It was just
Have
the
you
hide.
ever done that where your kid you play hide and seek and then the other kids go home and nobody comes and gets you and then it gets dark and you go, what? I better go to the safety or whatever. And then there's nobody there.
Right.
Playing hide without anybody seeking is no fun at all. It's the same thing in finances. If you're hiding out, and it might be, there's several factors, right? It might be because of the B word.
The B word. I was thinking the embarrassment.
It's embarrassment. I just went to embarrassment.
I thought B word. I only know about embarrassment. I think for us, we felt embarrassed. We kind of thought we should know better. And we didn't know better. We didn't know.
And we thought we could fix it with the little knowledge we had. It's kind of like being ignorant on a subject, but not really knowing you're ignorant because you've learned what you learned from family, from the culture, from TV ads, from marketing, from banks marketing. That's where we get our knowledge. And so we don't even know there's something else.
No,
better.
We didn't.
No.
And so maybe you're like us and you don't know there's better. So this is not, we don't want you to go down the road of embarrassment. We did, and all it did was cause us to hide even more.
Yeah. We know there is people that have a lot more.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's part of the embarrassment too. Like they can do it, but I haven't been able to. And sometimes we compare age, they're, I'm comparing to somebody that's 50 years old, who's worked 30 years, to me who's just starting out, got a young family and all the expenses. And I think I should be doing as well as they are.
Well, that's part of the comparison. But the comparison even gets us, if we look at somebody that's the same age as us, that may earn the same income as we do, we start comparing if they've made better choices than we've made. I mean, they have potentially have better patterns. Maybe they've made better wealth decisions.
Well, then maybe we do want to compare to them and ask them some questions. But the problem is we hide out. We don't ask.
Right.
How come you're doing well?
Right.
And I'm in the same boat, but my boat's way downstream from where you are.
Or it's sinking.
Or it's
Worse.
sinking.
Well,
It's
which
got
is
some
really
holes in
what's
it.
happening. It's
Yeah.
got some holes in it. So, and when we say culture, we're not just talking about keeping secret. Well, we are talking about keeping secrets.
That's part of the
because
culture. You don't talk
culturally,
about that stuff.
We're not supposed to.
No, if you have financial troubles, you keep that at home. You don't go to you don't go to work and talk about that. You don't go talk about it to your friends.
Right.
Because you keep it secret.
Right. You keep hiding.
And unfortunately, that's the same with a lot of things like marital troubles and different things. People hide out.
Right. Because I don't want to look bad.
Mm.
And maybe you, like me, don't enjoy the feeling of looking bad. And I actually used to have a bad habit. I'm getting much, much better at this bad habit. I would, if somebody wasn't hiding out and they told me the truth, I would let them see the whole picture of what wasn't working in a too harsh a way.
You're not working or they're not working? You'd expand on what they were saying?
And what went wrong and what wasn't
work out
working.
for you?
Never well. Like that has caused me embarrassment. But then when I had problems, I'd hide my stuff even more.
Okay.
Right?
So I think another reason people hide out around that dysfunction is they feel like a failure if they bring it out.
Did you feel like a failure? Like, let's not talk about people out there. Let's talk about Ken Decker.
Well, of course, all the things we talk about here tend to be from our life experience. Now, it was 30 years ago, and I was feeling like a failure. Our marriage wasn't good at all. Or, there was screaming matches and yelling
let's just
at our
talk about
kids.
the money right now.
But all these things combined, like when you got money issues, you tend to be not calm and pleasant in the other areas of your life. Right. And, they say money doesn't buy happiness, but it certainly can take away some of the stress.
And some of the struggle.
Yeah.
Right. So why else do we hide out? Why do we hide the truth of what's going on instead of going to get help?
I don't know. But I think one of the solutions to it is to grab a copy of the wealth formula. Because remember I said that people, including ourselves, we didn't know there was a specific way. Now there's multiple ways, but we didn't know there were any specific ways to building wealth and having a great financial life, keeping our financial house in order. And books helped us that way. And then once we figured out there was a formula to getting out of debt, a formula to building wealth, we wrote the wealth formula. Imagine that. It's called the wealth formula. And realizing that there are rules, just like there's relational rules that help you have a good relationship.
Well, you're really talking principles, right?
They're more
principles,
like principles and rules. Like gravity. What's gravity?
Well, that's
gravity,
a law.
Is it a principle, a law, or a rule?
It's a law.
Okay, it's a law.
I think.
There's financial rules or laws that if you break them, it hurts, right? It's going to hurt you. And so reading the wealth formula, you can get it on Kindle. You can stop in our office and pick up a copy. I think Amazon, you should probably still order a paper copy there. And read that. That would be like the first step I could recommend.
Right. And then stop hiding.
Well, you might come out of hiding once you read it.
Once you might come out of hiding. Because what happens? Like when we hide our head in the sand, like what happens?
It doesn't solve anything.
It doesn't solve nothing, right?
No. It's okay to admit that you don't have all the answers and go look for the answers. As a matter of fact, it's not okay. It's fantastic.
It's necessary.
And we're grateful that we get to be your partners on moving forward towards wealth, wisdom, and worth.
Moving forward with the Decker